You're in a deep sleep, snuggling up in your warm bed, avoiding every last bit of that ice-cold air that surrounds you. You're dreaming about the long-awaited day when the beautiful Angelina Jolie approaches you and tells you she loves you. When your stupid alarm clock rings. You lean over to turn it off, and through your squinted eye, see that it's 6:30 in the morning. You whimper in resent as you drag yourself out of bed and get ready for your boring work. Now, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you're not alone. Raise your hand if you dread going to work. We've got a very good bunch here then, an exception. Work has actually become the biggest enemy in our society today. People who want jobs continually search long and hard to find them. And as for the people who do have jobs, let's just say that the only light at the end of their tunnel is their day of retirement. And that's only if they can outlive the entire human race. Deloitte's Shift Index survey states that 80% of all people are dissatisfied with their jobs. That's a pretty large number. Now you might be thinking, who cares, whatever, life's tough, get on with it. But the truth is, people who dislike their work can have a serious effect on us. I'll give you an example. People who dislike their work are more likely to develop things like depression. Now, the more people there are that dislike their work, the more people there will be that suffer from things like depression, which then means that more of your money is being invested into circumstances which could have potentially been prevented. And I'm sure that's not what any of you want. Now, let's think about this logically. There are about 8,760 hours in a year. If we take away our life's necessities / commodities, things like sleeping, eating, traveling, and using the toilet, we're left with just 4,015 hours. On average, people work for about 8 hours a day. Including holiday time, this tallies up to be about 1,760 hours a year. Now, undertaking a series of mathematical equations, I established that this means 44% of our time that is not being used up in things like eating, sleeping, drinking, traveling, and using the toilet is being used up at work. So would anybody wish to use up such a large amount of time doing something you dislike? Obviously not. So the question is why? Why do so many people undertake jobs that they dislike? It's very easy to blame the current economic climate. I am aware that this is a factor that makes people take up boring jobs. I am aware that in fact 75 million 15 to 24-year-olds around the world are out of work alone. And I am aware that they have no choice but to undertake jobs that they dislike. However, this does not mean there is no option. Take a look at Lord Sugar. Take a look at Richard Branson, two of the most successful businessmen the UK can think of. And where did they start from? Nothing. Absolute scratch. So if they can do it, why can't we have a crack at it? Another option which crosses my mind is that people may be forced to undertake a career in a certain field that they're not particularly keen on. I distinctly remember on the day that every Year 9 student was expected to select his or her GCSE grades, I heard a mother saying to her son, "Son, you can pick whatever subject you like as long as you become a doctor." If people are forced to do things that they don't want to do, they're only going to suffer in the future. As a wise person once said, to be successful, the first thing to do is to fall in love with your work. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of work is happiness. The future of work is enjoyment. The future of work is all-round success. So perhaps next time you're in that deep sleep, snuggling up in your warm bed and your stupid alarm clock wakes you at 6:30 in the morning, you release a sound of joyousness. Jump out of your bed and get ready for your exciting day at work.